Hey, are you ready to learn how to cook some mushrooms? If your mushrooms have any dirt on them, you can just wipe them off with your hands or use one of those brushes. Then in a pan over medium to high heat, we're gonna add a little bit of oil. Once our oil is hot, we're gonna add enough mushrooms to not crowd our pan. You can put one mushroom down and listen for it to sizzle. If it doesn't sizzle, take the mushroom out and wait till the pan's hot. Then add enough mushrooms to not crowd your pan. And if you don't have a larger pan, you can do this in batches. Also, to make sure your pan is hot enough, we've all seen it before, but you can use the Leidenfrost effect with the water. I have a video on it, I'll pin it to the top of my page for the next little bit, but you can go check that one out. Then once you have your mushrooms laid out in your hot pan, it's important with mushrooms that we do not mess them around. If you move them around, it's gonna drop the heat of the pan, and you're gonna end up boiling your mushrooms. And just keep an eye on things. Make sure you're not burning anything. If you are, you can turn your heat down just a little bit. After maybe a minute or two, give this a shake, then just leave them alone and let them cook. But as you start to develop some color on your mushrooms, just make sure to pay attention to the heat and pay attention to the sounds that everything is making. Mushrooms are full of water that we're gonna cook out, so you're gonna hear a sizzling from the water escaping from the mushrooms. And also, we're using all of our senses here. Pay attention to the texture of the mushrooms as you cook them. Mushrooms are one of those foods that are either cooked or they're not. If you were done right here, you can salt and pepper these now, but let's have a little bit of fun. Now is when I'll drop the heat and I'll add a couple tablespoons of butter, followed by a thin sliced shallot and about 2 minced garlic cloves. But if you have to cook a lot of mushrooms, you can roast them in a 500-degree oven for about 10 to 12 minutes. Then you'd cook your butter and your garlic and your shallots, add your mushrooms, and you'd be right back where we are right now. Once your shallots and garlic are fully cooked, maybe 2 to 3 minutes, you can add a little splash of white wine, and we'll just let this reduce by half, or at least until the alcohol smell goes away. Then we're gonna add some heavy cream, and if you don't wanna use wine, you can also just use stock instead. Oh, and I sauteed these mushrooms for about 3 to 4 minutes, but the type of mushroom you use and how you cut it may change that a little bit. Once you reduce your cream by half, or until it coats the back of a spoon, like this, you're all ready to go. This is referred to as a nappe consistency in cooking, and it's very nice for sauces, because it means it's gonna cling onto your food. Pinch of salt, pinch of pepper. Then we'll give this a little bit of parsley and thyme, and now you have something you can toss pasta into with a little bit of pasta water, spoon over a chicken cutlet, or follow me if you just need really good bread and butter. I wish you could smell it in here.